Hey everyone, it's Tim Holtz and I'm here at Sizzix headquarters. Now, did you know there's a really great way to customize those gift cards that you want to give to people? I want to introduce you to the gift card bag. Now, this die is really unique in the fact that it cuts a small little paper bag, but it also includes dies to customize that. And you can see these dies include an alphabet, so you have full letters, one of each. You also have numbers, there's a hashtag, and of course a heart and a star. And the really great way that we can use them in a variety of different styles and finishes. And I want to just give you some ideas of how we can customize these. Now, of course, the first way is using the dies themselves, which I'm going to demonstrate, and how easy it is that you can put in a little word or a little message right onto that bag. There's other ways that we can use that by incorporating some of our favorite dies, like the shadow script you can see here. And this bag is really nice because, as you can see, it's the perfect fit for a gift card. How simple is that? You can also use your favorite rosette dies or anything dimensional to decorate the cover, or you can even go in and use some of your favorite pattern papers and adorn them with dies. This happens to be the funky floral, and using some of your favorite word stickers. There's so many possibilities on how to incorporate this die. So I want to share with you just the basics, of course. We're going to start with the die itself, and this is the die. It is a framelit, so it's open, but I find it easier to just use the die first as the bag and then go back and customize it. I don't try to do it all at once, but whatever works for you. I'm going to go in and just take that and cut it out of a piece of paper. Now I'm using craft paper, but again, you can use any of your favorite papers that you want to work with. And I'm going to place this into the Vagabond. You can use the Vagabond or the Big Shot, but I want to make sure that, of course, I have my thin die adapter. I've got a cutting pad. I'm going to place this down. I've got my paper. There's my die. Now, whenever I have a die that has a lot of straight lines to it, I like to actually angle that. I find that it gives a lot more even pressure as it's running through the machine, and you don't get those big clunks as it goes through the roller. So keep that in mind whenever you're working with dies that have a lot of straight lines. I'm going to top that with just another cutting pad, and we're going to run it through. All right, make sure my whole sandwich is ready to go into the machine, and here we go. Look at that. Love that. All right. So you can see that when it went through the machine, you didn't get that big chop, chop, chop. That really has to do with simply angling the die. And there is our cutout bag. So simple. And what's also nice about this die is not only does it cut all the detail, it gives us that little tattered edge, but it also creates that crease to make it easy to fold. Now, the bag itself just folds this way, and it has two tabs, but I don't want to assemble it yet because I want to customize it. And here's how easy it is. When we customize it, I'm going to customize it on this short edge because this scallop part is actually going to be the back of the bag. Here's what I'm going to do. So I start by just simply choosing the letters or designs that I want to do. Now keep this in mind, there's only one of each of those letters. So if you're going to spell a word that uses the same letter multiple times, you'll have to run multiple passes through here. But for this, I'm keeping it simple. I'm just going to do hashtag heart you. And here's what I do. I take and place my dies on something slick. I'm working on a media mat, so they slide around, and I'm putting this blade side down, right? And that's going to allow this to slide around and move them. And I'll start with just the hashtag and heart. That's where I want to do this. Now, when it comes to the letters, here is the trick. I just take this and I'm going to spell out my word. So this will be you. Just kind of place them down, whatever works for you, and take some type of straight edge. It could be cardstock, it could be a ruler. I like to use my design ruler, and it just has that tapered edge. And I'm just going to place that right under those dies. And this is going to allow me to really position these dies, but make sure that they're all lined up at the base of it. Maybe you want to go a little wonky and embrace your wonkiness. That's perfectly fine. But this is all I do. And by having that ruler there, it allows me to position them and press them down against that ruler. Decide how I want that to work. Now the heart and the hashtag, I can just eyeball that, but if you wanted to, you could do the ruler on that level first and then do the ruler down again. Once you have everything in place, you're going to take some tape, some low tack tape. It could be washi tape if you have that. I'm just using a micro pour tape, but really anything that's going to have a low tack. And I'm going to take the tape and I'm going to place it directly down over the die. I'm going to take that, stick that straight down, and that's going to pick up that first line. Next piece, take that and I'm just going to go straight down. It's important that you go straight down on top of it, otherwise you'll move everything. And I keep that ruler in place until everything is picked up. There we go. And we'll move this out. So now it's time to actually apply this to the bag. And again, I want to put this on that straight edge. So I'll just pick this up, flip this over and decide, okay, I want to do the hashtag heart. I'll place that down. I'll pick up the word. And you get to decide, of course, as the designer, how you want to position this. And that's really what I love about working with Sizzix, creating dies that really have a lot of creative versatility. So you can decide spacing, whether you want this to go horizontal, vertical, completely up to you. And I'm just going to place that down. And again, the blade side is down, so we're ready to go and cut. So we'll take out, again, our platform that has our thin die adapter. I'm going to place this down right onto our cutting pad. Again, I always like to position it at an angle if I can. We'll take our top cutting pad, and we're ready to go through the bag line. There should be a sound effect for this. All right. There we go. I'm going to run that through. Now when we take this out, here we go. We're just going to carefully peel this back. Even though you have a low tack tape, you still want to be really careful when you peel this off. And what I like is, of course, we have that great stencil alphabet. Now you could even keep all of these pieces and you could reassemble it, but keep in mind this is in fact a stencil font, so you're going to have to remember how these letters go back together. But I just find it so simple to create this. And we'll peel this off. Now, here's how easy it is to assemble. You can go in and ink, you could stamp, you can do all of your things, and when you're ready to assemble the bag, all you're going to do is take this tab, this folds, you're going to apply some adhesive, we're going to close this up, we're going to apply some adhesive, and we're going to wrap this around the back so you have a finished gift card bag. So simple, so cool.